and investigate it. And in the end,
I love those
it
shows.
is always on this show. Not only like cops, where you get to see some white trailers parked trash, beating each other's senseless. This is all black guys killing other black guys.
Right.
The victim's black. The witnesses are black. The perp is black.
Why do you care about black on black crime, though?
I'm saying that is what makes this divide. Like, I've been fucking poor. I lived in my car. I've been impoverished for many years. I wasn't able to afford food. I dug change out of, like, couch cushions. I lived on friends' couches until they...
Your friend's couch and you dig the change out?
Yeah, dig the change out to try to buy, like, Hydrox cookies. I couldn't even get Oreos.
Wow.
Yeah, just to that. So I've been, like, in that situation, but I understand. I'm not black. I have lived the whole legacy of that.
But I don't think it's just... I just don't think it's that simple.
But I have no idea of that lifestyle where life is so fucking worthless and violence is so prevalent, where the want for violence. Like, if I got in a fight with somebody and I punched them and they fell down, I would not then stomp their head until they're dead or in a coma in the hospital or some shit like that. But that seems to be what's going on.
Well, can I just make a distinction, though?
Please.
As far as where this conversation came from.
Yeah.
Louis Gates Jr. being arrested and getting cranky about it.
Oh, right.
and that coming from his personal history being a painful one in America, understandably. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And rising above it, by the way, and he didn't respond to it by being a black on black violentor.
No,
he responded to it by elevating himself and running the greatest
Black Studies
greatest
program, by the
universe.
way. Which, by the way, is revisionist history a lot of times, and it's
he's the president of Harvard.
Ingrained,
trust
of white people, if not a genuine dislike of white people.
Well, sure. Again,
that 50 Cent really,
that really did. Yeah. See, and by the way, this is interesting because then here's this other one: is you're definitely colored, so to speak, by the fellow who asked you for 50 Cent. That was a fear that was put into you that you'll never forget. And I respect and understand that.
Yeah.
That's going to mean that you're going to see all these stories differently. When you see Barack Obama saying they acted stupidly, it just is a beeline in a synopsis firing path in your brain that goes right to that guy asking you for 50 Cent anytime, and that's deeply ingrained in you, and that's understandable. 50
Cent was the last time I ever saw
when Louis Gates Jr. sees a cop with his hand on the butt of the gun, saying, "Sir, I need you to step away from your own fucking house." He just remembers. He remembers whites only fucking signs and all that stuff, and it drives him crazy. And so that's just everybody brings their own thing to it. I personally think that America's working remarkably well considering all that. It's considering all the wreckage of the history. It actually works pretty well.
The
fact that, look, people in fucking Iowa voted for Barack Obama. That means, whether or not he ends up being a great president, I think we're coming out on top of this shit. But it's complicated. It's a messy family.
I disagree.
My father came and stayed with me for a week. Well, 2 days. It felt like a week. It was 2 days. And my dad, I have such a fucked up history with my dad. But I got through it. I got through these 2 days. I was like, hey, you know what? We made it.
We can do this.
Like, he's 72 now. I don't know how long he's got left. I'm not sure, how he's making it. He's had a tough life.
Yeah.
And so I got through the 2 days, but there were moments during those 2 days where he just said little things that I almost fucking hit him in the face. I almost had to call 911 and go, hi, listen, I just killed my dad and I need someone to come over here.
Take care of my kids for me, please.
I
like his take on that whole.
No, but
I like it.
And I'm not saying that there's here's the thing. I say it's understandable that certain older black people have an edge on them because of history. And then you take it to that it's an excuse for violence and murder.
Well,
but it's not. But I'm not thinking of that, and I do. But and again, it's just really fascinating that that's your perspective because of what's going on with you in your life.
It's not just my perspective on that. That's kind of simplistic because I gave you one example of something that happened, and then
it's the only one that matters.
But it isn't
the only one.
It's the one you went right.
First moment with a black man.
If that was the only knowledge I'd had of that. It would have been a forgotten memory, but it's reinforced constantly by just this unbelievably
like when you
outlandish unbalance in violent crime, and
although
who's perpetrating it.
All of it has been informed by the first experience you had, and I'm not saying this is a flaw. This is how everybody.
So
is.
I'm watching. A black man pummeling an old white woman for her money on a video surveillance camera, and it's because of 50 Cent that I look at that. I should look at him like a gentleman?
No, and
then
of course,
what the fuck
of course not.
What
but
does 50 Cent have to do with the way I interpret that?
You started a collection that began with 50 Cent.
But I can't. I'm not collecting. I'm being given this.
Right.
People are throwing this at me as I see from surveillance videos.
You're being thrown a lot. You're being thrown. By the way, Louis Gates Jr. I think from what I know, and I was there. I'm just going to keep adding to the mess.
You were there.
I'm just going to keep adding to the fucking mess. I was there. I am Louis Gates Jr.
I knew it.
And when I saw that cop, no, he acted wrongly. No matter what. Look, I got pulled over by a cop recently, and I was with my kids. This cop was a dick.
Okay.
And he was a young man. That's the thing. That's the other thing that's like everything in your life adds to what's happening in your moment. The cop in this story was a young man. When you get older and you get pulled over by a 22-year-old who likes having a gun, it just bothers you. It just bothers you as a person.
See, it shouldn't.
No, it shouldn't. No, it shouldn't. Is absolutely right.
It bothers all of us, though.
When I got pulled over by this cop recently, I had my kids in the car, and he doesn't. I know he doesn't have kids, and I don't think there's certain people where they have a kid radar, like they just have a sense of there's kids here. Yeah. That changes how you act, and some people are like, no, they don't. And then later they'll have kids and look back and go, oh, geez,
She have identification on her?
Yeah, exactly. He comes up to my fucking car, two cops. I passed a guy. A guy was drifting into the left turn lane close to an intersection.
You don't have to make it sound good for me, Louis.
So I assume that he's going to make a left, so I move to the right of him, pass him on the right, and then he changes his mind and goes into a gas station.
Oh, shit.
On the right. Mm-hmm. So I get pulled over by two state troopers, like they needed two fucking cars, and they come to each side, and they both have their fucking hands. There's the hand on the gun thing is important, but some guys do it civilly, and these guys looked fucking hostile, and my kids looked
scared. Daytime or nighttime?
Daytime.
Okay.
Middle of the day. 9 in the morning.
Could they see you?
Yeah, I'm very white. I'm driving an Infinity, and it doesn't have spinning rims. There's no loud music.
Kids are scared.
I'm a balding white man.
Yeah.
Excuse me. And my kids are like, but Daddy, you're white. So the cop comes over and he goes, you know what you did. And I go, well, I'm not sure, honestly. You passed somebody on the right. And I go, oh, well, I thought he was going, like he did that. He had his blinker on. And I go, you know what, sir? I didn't see the blinker, but I assume you're probably right. I probably just had exercised some bad judgment. Like, I'm just trying to get to the fucking ticket.
Right, get to the point.
What's with that inspection sticker? How come the hole isn't punched? I don't know.
What?
I went to a gas station and got an Yeah, you're supposed to have the hole punched. I go, was I supposed to punch it in my actual... And he goes, he reaches in and rips my, he goes, this is coming with me, and rips my inspection sticker off.
Are you shitting me?
Which is putting me now in, like, I got to drive around without a sticker till I get one.
That guy's a fucking asshole.
He's being an asshole.
Right.
But I still recognize that my role is respect the law, get the paperwork from him. Yes, sir. Get the paperwork.
And it looks like you got a headlight out, boy.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I guess I shouldn't have had that headlight out, officer. I'm collecting information. I'm getting my paperwork. I'm going to go to court, and I'm going to fight it, and I won't pay for these tickets.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I'm driving around. Meanwhile, I got to worry about getting pulled over all the time because nobody has inspection stations upstate because the economy is shit. Yeah. And you go to a gas station and go, we don't do inspections anymore. Ripped it off.
What a
Didn't
prick.
wait for me to explain anything to him or whatever. Just fucking.
That's just a cock.
But still, my role is to act respectful